What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Tuesday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. Hope each and every one of you are doing great. And I hope you're having a great week. If you could please hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of most of my videos. So what's up? What's up? What's up? We've been doing a lot of lives lately, not really any videos, but here I am. And today we're gonna talk about the realities of doing time and how I feel that's changed from 25 years ago when I started doing it, okay? So the image that a lot of people get or think about what prison is this crazy war zone that is all the time just popping off violence every minute of the day. Now, there are prisons and jails that are like that. That is a fact. But on average, I'd say that there are a lot of prisons that have a lot of violence, but then they have a lot of downtime. But when the violence happens, it's major. And then you'll have lower security prisons where there's not a whole lot of violence at all. So the reality is, on average, it averages out across the board. And this image of just wildness and just crazy intense going off all the time, everybody's kind of on one all the time, is not a reality, okay? A reality is being locked down, shortage of staff, over and over and over again, despite the fact that nobody's doing anything wrong. There's no reasons for these lockdowns. The fact is, they don't want to hire enough officers, or when they do hire enough, those officers don't want to come to work. They get a boatload of vacation pay and all kinds of reasons why they can skate out from work. And believe me, it happens a lot at the expense of the people that are doing time. And I know you're doing time. Boo-hoo, right? No, the reality is you're not supposed to be doing segregation time, basically, when you're in a provincial jail and you haven't even been convicted of your charge yet. That's what a lot of people fail to realize, that they are innocent until proven guilty, right? So why should they be in the most harsh conditions of all? But this is just a reality, right? I think now it's changed a little bit. They shut down a lot of those old world buckets, like the West Detention is now immigration, if even that. The Don Jail, Millbrook, etc., etc. A bunch of old school joints are now shut down and have been replaced with these massive super jails. Now, the super jails are no walk in the park, right? There's lots of violence there. You could get into altercations there. You could even possibly lose your life there, right? You could have corrupt officers there. But honestly, the worst part of it is the lockdowns. There can be weeks where day after day after day, you're not getting out after like 1 o'clock. You know, you might get your little morning time, your little shower. You might even get out in the afternoon, 1 to 4, but then it's lockdown. And this will go on for weeks and weeks. And you got to keep in mind, there's 30 something guys on each block. All these guys got to shower, got to get a phone call, got to contact lawyers. And when a range is running shower program, it doesn't work that way. It works in seniority and who's running the block, who's calling the shots, who's prepared to stand up for what. And the guys at the back of the line who are just there trying to go home, don't want any problems. It's hard for them. The only way you're really going to be looked at or respected is if you speak up. But speaking up brings attention to you and will change the face of the way your bid goes, right? So I think they've taken it, whether federal and provincial, and made it so you're literally just sitting around 90% of the day losing your mind. And they disguise it in the federal system with these bogus programs that really offer no rehabilitation or no hope of really much, because they're so basic and vague and just for a wide variety of people on the most simple level that you can give and pass it off as rehabilitation programming. And really, they're just doing it to cross their T's and dot their I's. They know that the system is designed to make people come back. That is how it's designed. And when you're in the hamster wheel, it almost seems like it's impossible to get out of it, right? So what they do is they create these provincial systems now, like Lindsay, Penetang, Maplehurst, and they just make your time hell, boring, with lockdowns. And when you're not in lockdown, you're in a fishbowl. You're in a fishbowl, right? You're just walking in circles, walking in circles, walking in circles. And because the court system is slowed down so much, you could be walking in circles for a year, 18 months for something like a break and enter. You could be walking in circles for years for violent charges. So it makes people lose it. It puts people on edge. It makes people feel the tension. And then as guys get sent federally, word gets back, oh, I'm doing the best time. My feet are kicked up. I got the television. I got this and that. And guess what happens? People start biting at deals. I'd rather do the federal time. I would rather do the federal time because the provincial system is designed that way. One thing I'd say that changed for sure is the programming and the opportunities to pass your time. When I started doing time 2006 in Joyceville, there was a metal shop where you could work and not earn minimum wage or anything like that, but a decent enough wage that you can pay for your commissary, you can pay for your phone card, and you have a little bit of money or a nest egg to walk out to when you get out. Mike Harris's, and what's his name? Steve, I forget his name, the leader of the Conservative Party, axed that. They took away the incentive. Basically, the program fell apart. Everybody stopped working. At one point, you could get welding tickets and like small mechanics stuff, and you could get like what's called experience on like a CNC or on a shear, something to do with manufacturing that give guys real opportunities for progress when they get out. And I feel like the system now is not like that. It is just designed to make you feel stuck. You feel stuck. And I'm telling you, 25 years ago was basically the first time that I got in trouble. And over that 25 years, I've seen things change drastically. And a lot of that is caused by the inmates themselves. Like when I first went to the federal system, there was pool tables and ping pong tables and free weights. And there was flea markets where people could buy this and buy that. Guys were walking around smoking. And then bit by bit by bit, the behaviors and the actions of the convicts gave them justification for taking these things away. And basically, a lot of the stuff that guys years and years and years ago fought for us to get was now taken away again. I will say that the system is much more liberal now. I feel like time is probably not going to be as harsh in this system now. I feel like the way drugs are looked at, unless it's hard drugs for sure, they're always going to be looked at harshly. But when I started doing time, a quarter of weed would put you in jail. Like we would run from the feds for a half quarter in your pocket. Nowadays, you can walk down the street bozzling. And a lot of people don't understand that freedom. I know that it's just happened recently, but it's been a long time since the feds were chasing guys down for small bags of weed, right? I think that there's a false image that when you get knocked, you're going to be smoking, you're going to be partying, you're going to be chilling every day. And sure, there are circumstances where that can happen. Some guys do have lots of money, and when they get knocked, they're able to party all the time. And the guys in their circle, they might just get lucky and be able to party with that. You may have a homeboy who has a flex or a move going where he's able to bring something in and you live off that. But you could go for months and months of drought and hard time, and not because of violence. Being trapped away in your cell can be a lot worse than seeing somebody get their head cracked. And the problem is, when you lock everybody in their cell, when they come out, everybody's super animated. Everybody just wants to get up. You know what I mean? I think if you're somebody who's thinking about possibly breaking the law and you haven't done that yet, the one thing I could say to you is you will not have fun. It may seem like you're having fun. You may have moments where you're laughing. You may have moments where it almost seems like you're on road. But at the end of the day, every single night, you gotta walk back to your cell and that door is gonna be closed on you. And if you're in a lower security jail, that door at the front of that block is still going to be locked on you. You don't have that freedom. Now, sure, you can get conjugal visits, but a hard reality for most guys is they ain't sticking around, bro. Maybe for a year, maybe for 2 years, when you're unloading all of your stress and all of your insecurities on your woman from the inside, that rips relationships apart. And very few dudes have the will and the confidence to know that their woman in the street is being real with them, right? Is keeping it funky. So these are all the kinds of things that you need to think about. Is your woman going to hold you down if you go away for years? Is she? This is something that has to run through your mind. How is it going to affect your kids? How is it going to affect your future? Because once you have a felony on your record, it is definitely going to impact your job opportunities. And possibly, unless you're some kind of creative and you have some amazing talent, possibly your ability to hit that high value person mark because of opportunities missed, because of bad decision making. And I've been there, man. I had opportunities where I could have been an apprentice for plumbing. I blew that opportunity. I've blown many opportunities going to the bin, being an addict. You're wasting your life if you're spending it in the can. Your family's going to be hurt, and they're going to have to deal with the burden of you being in there, not only financially, but also emotionally. If you have a relationship, there's going to be huge strain on that, and good luck at that surviving. If you have any kind of a business, any kind of a good job, something that means something to you, and you feel like you can build your future with, that is at risk. All of this stuff is gone. Time is super valuable, more important than money, and sitting in a cell, looking out a window at another brick wall is not life. And going there doesn't make you real. It can get real fast and tell you who's real and who's not in those circumstances. But going to the clink itself doesn't make you cool, doesn't give you some kind of gangster stripe. Did you go to work? Did you put in work while you were in there? Or were you just chilling in your cell all the time doing your own thing? There's a big difference. You're putting your life at risk, not only life and death, right? But you're putting your future at risk. You're putting the future of your kids at risk. And honestly, why? So that these people who run the system can have a job. Because really, that's all you're doing, right? That's all I did, right? 17 years of it, paying their bills with my time. Obviously, I share my stories with you guys so you don't have to go through these things yourselves. If I could snap my fingers, Nobody has to go through this. Nobody has to do time ever because everybody's in a great situation. That's what I do, but that's not a reality, especially in 2023. It's hard out here, man. The prices of everything going up exponentially. People just can't keep up. And this is going to force people to have to do things that could land them in jail. Hopefully my videos prepare you and give you an opportunity to come home unscathed. You know, come home a better person. Don't just waste that time. Grow. Because the one thing you're going to have on your hands is time. And it is going to drag. You want to know how slow your time's going to drag? It's going to be like looking at a clock every minute of every hour of every day. Because you can't think about anything else. It's all you can think about is going home. Sure. Do some people go inside and live it up? Sure. You have to have a lot of money or be tough as shit and prepared to take it. Because other than that, a lot of guys that are doing time just broke. Everybody that loved them or supposed to have loved them, abandoned them, or have cut ties at least until they turn their life around. And you end up just sitting in there, man, counting days, broke, working, doing some range job for $30 every 2 weeks so you can buy your commissary. Maybe every once in a while somebody will throw you a spliff or something like that. That is a reality for most guys doing time. If you could please hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification button to get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of most of my videos. So, I think with this video, I've given you a pretty vivid idea of what it's like to do time now. You're going to be in a fishbowl, kicked up in provincial, right? That's how you're going to start. So it could be anywhere from 1 day to 3, 4, 5 years, depending on the seriousness of your charges. So not 1 day, 30 days minimum if you pled out right away. Okay, so anywhere up to 5 years, you're going to be in a provincial system, which is a fishbowl, right? You're going to be walking in circles, talking to the same people day after day, smelling dirty body odor day after day, seeing bugs and garbage and smelling dirty food in the court cells. Like, it sucks. It sucks. So if you can turn it around now, turn it around. And if you have to face some time, or have already faced time and maybe have to face more time, you already know how shitty it is, despite the fun times. Because it may feel like you're having fun in those small moments, but the reality at the end of the day, you're back on that bed or that mattress, whatever you call it, looking up at the roof, thinking about, fuck, I wish I was at home. Love each and every one of you. The new Mac Club.